Welcome to this edition of the WHHI Daily News. I'm Robyn Zimmerman. Let's begin with today's news headlines. Those in gated communities count on their administrators to keep count of the POA fees collected and spent for the common good. The Broad Point community on Hilton Head Island is now trying to punish its now ex-treasurer, Patricia Buttville, who has been charged with 2 felony counts of fraudulent breach of trust, each charge carrying a possible prison sentence of up to 10 years. This past summer, Broad Point Board declined to pursue criminal charges against Buttville, but changed its mind this past fall. Buttville has actually reimbursed the POA for nearly $200,000 in embezzled funds. Well, we need to do a better job of hand washing and covering our mouth when we cough. South Carolina and Louisiana are the 2 worst states for the flu so far this year, according to the CDC. It's certainly not as deadly as COVID. Only 1 person has been reported to have died from the flu last week in the state, but it's been serious enough to send over 150 people to the state's hospitals in a single week, and over 500 so far this flu season. Well, the city of Beaufort lit its public menorah last night to celebrate the beginning of Hanukkah. Rabbi Mendel Hertz saying the message of the Festival of Lights is especially relevant this year in light of the war in the Middle East that began 2 months ago. The rabbi says the charge for everyone is to bring more light and kindness and goodness into the world, to tip the scale in favor of light over darkness and good over evil. Hilton Head Island had its menorah lighting last night at Celebration Park. Bluffton will light its menorah tomorrow night at Martin Family Park between 5:30 and 7:30. Well, the end of the year brings with it time to evaluate our futures a little more fully. Beaufort Police Chief Dale McDorman has decided to retire in January after a 30-year career with the department, the last 2 as chief. During his career, he established the department's first K-9 program and has promoted a number of outreach programs from the department. Deputy Chief Stephanie Price has been named interim chief during the replacement search process. She, of course, is the former police chief in Bluffton. That search process will include public input. And finally, the head of the state's law enforcement division is also retiring for, well, just 30 days, so he can begin collecting benefits through the state retirement system. Then Mark Keel is accepting the governor's appointment for another 6-year term as the head of SLED, where he makes over $260,000 a year. Keel has led the state's law enforcement efforts for more than 12 years. For more information on these stories and many more, please check out the media sources listed on your screen. And remember to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and check out our website at WHHI-TV.com. If you have a news tip, a story idea, or even a cool weather photo, well, you can just email it to us at news@WHHI-TV.com. And now let's get an update on sports from Jarrett. Justin?
Hey, it's time for Last Night in the Lowco on WHHI, powered by LowcoSports.com. It was a quiet night on the sports front Thursday, but that allows us to throw a little love to a program trying to build a name and reputation for itself. Cross Schools brought in an accomplished coach with a serious pedigree to lead its fledgling boys basketball program, and Doc Archibald has lit a fire under the Stingrays, who held off Step of Faith Christian for an 82-76 road win last night to run their win streak to 3 games. Senior Quintin Beasley scored 18 points and Kiran Boggess added 17 to contribute to a program record 82 points for the Stingrays. Tougher test tonight at home with Beaufort Academy visiting the Fish Bowl. We also had some wrestling on tap Thursday as the Battery Creek Dolphins went on the road and dominated Stall 59-18. John Coker, Emmanuel Don Juan, Andrew Legree, Christian Fess, Cooper Livingston, Gunnar DeGroat, Robbie Ingram, and Leroy Tyus all picked up pins for the Dolphins, and Elmer Linares won by technical fall. DeGroat, who received his state championship ring earned last March at Tuesday's home basketball game, has now won 38 consecutive matches spanning more than a calendar year, and he's 14-0 with 13 pins so far this season. Beast. It's back to the court tonight, and we have a trio of Lowco on Lowco matchups with Battery Creek at Ridgeland Hardyville, Beaufort at Whale Branch, and the aforementioned Beaufort Academy at Cross Clash. Plus many more intriguing games to recap on the Lowco Hoops Report, streaming live at 10 p.m. Friday on the Lowco Media Network on YouTube. For Lowco Sports and WHHI, I'm Justin Jarrett. Until next time, go Lowco.
And now let's get an update on the weather from Maria.
Thanks, Robyn. Yep, so taking a look ahead, we are going to see slightly higher temperatures this weekend, but we also are going to see plenty of thunderstorms coming in on Sunday. And then taking a look into next week, it's going to be sunny, but we're going to see slightly cooler temperatures. So taking a look at Saturday, it's going to be sunny to partly cloudy, with Hillman having a high 71, low 57, Bluffton's going to have a high 73, a low 55, and Beaufort's going to have a high 72 and a low 55. Come Sunday, we're going to see showers starting in the morning, followed by some pretty heavy thunderstorms throughout the day and going into the evening. Hillman's going to have a high 69, a low 52. Bluffton's going to have a high 71, a low 51. And Beaufort's going to have a high 71 and a low 52. The sunrise for this weekend is going to be at 7:12 and sunset's going to be at 5:18. Looking at the beach tides, Saturday low tide's going to be at 1:28 p.m. and high tide's going to be at 6:14 p.m. And then on Sunday, low tide's going to be at 2:15 p.m. and high tide's going to be at 7:05 p.m. Taking a look into next week, Monday through Wednesday, it's going to be sunny to partly cloudy, but slightly cooler as the highs are only going to get into the 50s and lows are going to stay in the 30s and 40s. That's it for today. Let's send it back to the desk.
Coming up after the break, our own Allie McNair talked with a board member from United Way of the Low Country. Stay tuned.